Wait a second.
What? What's the matter? Oh, is there an emergency?
No, I just wanted to fuck with you.
Oh, okay. Everybody wants to fuck with me. Oh, yeah. But I should be streaming at any moment now. I don't know if it's
Alright,
actually
sounds
working.
No, I think we're
Hey!
live.
Yeah.
All right. So we are live. Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast's first live stream. Wow. Wow, DP.
Wow.
Wow,
And I
Bisbee.
chimed in with,
Fuck.
haven't you guys ever heard of smashing that motherfucking like button?
Yeah, if you guys... Okay. I don't know how many people are watching right now, but if all one of you could help us get to trending on YouTube, that would be awesome. This, the
If
new...
all of you could send this to your grandparents, that'd
Yeah.
be great.
Send it to your great-great-great
Teachers.
grandmother. Right into the grave.
Small children.
Yeah. All right. So, 1 million viewers. Really? Bagel Goose? Really? I don't believe that.
I see 10.
ICP.
That's off by a factor of...
It's off by 5 what decimal places? I forgot.
It's off by 1,000,001 somehow. But yeah.
Someone disliked you, fucking asshole.
Who's in our audience? I wish we had a list of viewers. Do we have a list of viewers? We could probably figure it out very easily.
Figure it out.
Oh, wait, here
Everybody.
we go.
Now we're playing Clue.
No, I only see 7 in the chat, so...
Radioactive raccoons, I'm looking at you, buddy. I'm looking at you.
It was Bagel Goose with the left click in the Fear Fiction's first stream.
God damn it. All right. Well, I mean, is there?
Oh, see, they switched it over to a like now because they know that we were going to hunt them down.
Okay, that's
They
good.
knew they were going to get caught.
That's good. Let me put in chat. How do we sound? Sober.
Is everyone
Intelligent?
decent volume? All that?
James Hilton says yeet yeet yeet. I think that's our answer. You sound lovely. Oh, puppy. Why?
Aw.
Thank you, puppy fight.
Every time I see the art, I really need to get some of those gloves. Those like really hot tactical gloves that don't even cover all of your wrists.
Pointlessly tactical.
The gloves that allow you to use your palm to break somebody's nose, unaffected.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right. So, to everybody in chat,
The fuck
hello
are we doing?
again, and welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Where I don't know, are we doing a cold open to the podcast, to the live stream?
Again.
Sure, why not?
So,
Hey guys, how about Abysme? You're a lawyer, haha, because you're not.
you know,
Obama.
you know what? There aren't many of in this country. Inside references. But yeah, I was. Do you guys want some story time?
Yeah, no, I do.
All right, here's some story time to you.
Yeah,
for
we can
you.
do story time. We can do Q&A. We can.
I have a story.
TNA. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I was talking to this little girl, and she's a liar, and she told me that she works at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And we were just joking, of course. And then I was just like, hey, I'm gonna come through the drive-through. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order a large Mountain Dew. But what I want you to actually do is try and fit as many tacos as you can into a large cup, and then just close the cup and hand it to me, and then charge me just for the soda when I'm actually getting a bunch of tacos. She wouldn't do it for me.
Really? She said no?
She said no.
That's cold.
I'm just like,
That's cold.
yeah, I'm like, I would do that for you. And she's like, no, I'm going to get caught. There's security cameras. And I'm like, that's the reason.
Yeah. She's a smart kid, smart cookie.
Mm-hmm,
But yeah. I mean, maybe if you wait until closing time, she can just toss a bag of perfectly good tacos into the dumpster and you could root around and find them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That might work.
The problem with this premise is I've never eaten a taco and I never will.
Well, that's not true.
It's true.
That's not true in all senses of the word, but yeah.
And not if it's an innuendo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I've never eaten a burger.
Really?
Or a hot dog.
You've never eaten anything in your life?
No,
DP has never
not as
eaten
far as people
pizza.
know.
Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Since when
I've
has
had
the
plenty
risk
of
of being
pizza.
caught ever been a reason to not steal from Taco Bell, says Raccoons. That's very true.
Hmm. AJ, right? Okay, I have a question now. Are you guys all wearing airsoft slash paintball outfits? No, we're ghost hunters.
Yeah.
This is tactical gear.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
ghost hunters. We hunt down the creepiest, most pasta-like ghosts and kill them, I guess? Re-kill them?
Exterminate them with extreme prejudice.
Yeah,
It depends on what the moral of the story is that week.
right.
Hmm.
Kind of.
We terminate them with extreme prejudice, some of us more prejudiced than others. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, yeah. We don't have a Taco Bell in Australia, no releases. I don't know about that. I think... Isn't it just that the tacos go counterclockwise? Or is it the burritos?
You make them reverse,
Yeah.
so it's like a bunch of meat and stuff outside of the taco shell.
No, the taco shell is made of meat,
Oh, yeah. The
and then
inside
there's
is just
paper
crunched up
tortilla. Yeah.
corn or flour, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yesterday, Chelsea and I went to get coffee at this coffee shop that we like, but she wanted to get a matcha latte. They didn't have that, and the guy didn't know what a matcha latte was and looked at it as strange. And then that got me thinking about what other things you could order, and I was like, I want a nacho latte. And it's like, sir, what is that? And I'm like, it's exactly like it sounds.
Are you a macho latte? A maco?
Nacho.
Yeah,
Nacho latte,
no, but I mean,
half nacho cheese, half milk, and then you know how you put cinnamon on top of your coffee sometimes, like little cinnamon powder.
Hmm.
What I want is just put little crushed nacho chips on top of it,
but what I'm trying to get at
served
here,
hot or cold.
say again what you originally actually wanted to order.
A matcha latte.
And
Chelsea wanted the matcha latte.
okay, and are you trying to say mocha latte?
Do you sincerely not know what a matcha latte is?
No. What do I seem like someone who gets lattes?
I don't know.
Yes.
What is a matcha latte?
Uh,
What kind of
a
latte
matcha
is it?
latte. Okay, so it's just matcha powder and milk.
Okay, now what
Yeah.
is matcha powder?
Yeah, have you ever seen like the Japanese tea ceremonies where they're like mixing up the tea?
Okay, now what is Japanese? What does that mean?
Uh, have you ever seen the music video "I'm Turning Japanese" by the Vapors?
Okay, what's music? Uh,
It's this dumb shit that people waste their lives on because anyone who's a musician is an idiot.
Pretty
oh,
much.
Ian McDonald says he fucked someone's burrito when he worked at Taco Bell.
Hmm.
I want you
What
to.
tacos do you have? What taco places do you have in Australia?
What?
Underground industry.
Out, Outback Taco House. Bow 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 bow
Oh
bow.
man, Taco.
Mr. Tumulus says they aren't Mexicans in Australia. Don't worry, that has nothing to do with Taco Bell, so
Right,
you may
right.
still have them.
I don't know. Maybe. What's the motto of Taco Bell? Something about crossing the border. Something about.
Australia is just one big border, then.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say they don't have any border to cross, so you know. What is the motto for that? Taco Bell.
Oi.
Something, something, something. The border. I don't know.
Oi, we need to build a wall to keep out all of the New Zealanders.
All
Oi.
12 of them.
Oi, Gavalt.
They
I'm
occasionally come
Australian.
over here by boat. Gotta sink the boats.
New Zealanders, Kiwis breed like rabbits, so I mean, I could see why you would want to keep them out.
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned by Squiddy. Do you have any advice?
What is
Slime Beast?
what is Squiddy?
What is writing?
What is anything? Who are we? Well, this is the Fear
Why are
Fiction
we getting
podcast.
so existential?
I don't know. I don't understand what anybody is fucking saying tonight. I don't know. They're sheep lovers. Oh, okay. New Zealanders are sheep lovers, and they don't want them there. Okay, I got you.
No, that's the Welsh.
Yeah. You have to. All you want in Australia are kangaroo lovers. You know, you gotta You want people who can take a punch, you know, or a kick.
Did
Judas
you know?
says, "Dumbasses, Australia isn't real," and you're correct.
Yeah.
We are talking about made-up countries.
And Abysme would know he is an alien. You thought I was going to say
Are
lawyer,
you
but
I am a geographer.
yeah.
hashtag not a geographer? What is like? Is that just like? Are you talking about Austria? Austria?
Kangaroos? What? No.
Austrian kangaroos.
No, you know the place with all the marsupials. It's like that's
Oh, what?
marsupials.
Do-
Oh, marsupials, like the little guy, the little annoying guys from Halo.
Now, are you trying to
Yeah.
say mocha soupials?
Are you trying to say Mar made you soup or something? I don't understand.
Slightly less crazy than Papa John's Taco Bell.
What would
Slightly less racist.
what would the
Well, actually, not really.
what would the head of Taco Bell have an issue with? If Papa John doesn't like people kneeling for the national anthem, what would the head of Taco Bell not like? I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone not shouting goal at a soccer match? I don't know.
Oh, should probably link this to
Link.
the Discord.
No, don't link anything. Oh yeah, if you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. It's at
Yeah, I don't know.
discord.com/discord.
Abysme is
Yeah.
a closet furry. No, I'm a perfectly out furry. That's
Really?
I've looked at a lot of furry porn in my life.
Really?
Papa John's isn't racist. I don't know if Papa John's is racist or not, but his pizza sure as shit is terrible.
His pizza sure is
Gross.
racist.
We
God
talked
damn.
about this in the Chelsea and I's stream recently. They can't have the slogan "better ingredients, better pizza," Papa John's, because that's just nonsense.
Better
It needs
ingredients,
to,
better pizza. Then what? A brick? Maybe. Maybe that's the thing. They're not comparing it to other pizza. Yeah.
better pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, and then Little Caesars is just over there. It's like, come on, man. Our pizza's from the same dumpster.
I would say that Little Caesars is of better quality than Papa John's because I can actually stomach Little Caesars on occasion. Papa John's is just a fucking grease fest.
I like the idea that Little Caesars at least know their place because their motto is just hot and
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
Nothing more. It's hot. It's here. That's the two
They
things
were-
it fulfills.
These pizzas cost like $5. They're very cheap. We know you're drunk or high or both. Come and get them.
It's the prostitute of pizzas.
It is, but at least it's
Prostitute
an
of pizzas.
honest profession, even
It's-
if it's a very old one.
With the slogan like "hot and ready," it might as well be "use us, we're here."
Oh my god. They should totally make a lateral move into prostitution. That's brilliant. Or escort services. They bring you the pizza, but it's also a hooker.
What
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
you know how Wendy's has the Twitter account that is so sarcastic to everybody that
So
we've brought up multiple
clever.
times? What if Little Caesars has a Twitter account and they put the Little Caesars guy as the picture, and it just is like desperate for attention and will do anything? Like people are like, I'm in
Koozie-chan,
line
no,
at
you did
McDonald's
not
and it's
miss
like
any
I can do it so much better for you. Where have you been? Just give me a call.
See, the best stuff though is just like the existential stuff. Like if a marketing campaign gets like existential and starts like trying to make you doubt your own reality, that is funny to me.
Mm.
Like the some of the ones from IHOP have been just nonsensical, like trying to make you think that we live in a simulation and shit. And I'm like, okay, that's good.
Like when they were IHOB. Is that
Yeah.
No, that was a different.
The
Yakuza-chan,
Mandela effect. Was it always IHOB? I don't understand.
Yakuza-chan, did I miss any? Didn't miss any readings that I know. We have not started reading.
yeah?
Nope, not
We
yet.
have
Nor
been
shall
bullshitting.
we. Nor shall we.
No, no reading. What do you think? We're just some sort of prostitutes, like we're Little Caesars or something? We're just going to read for your amusement?
Oh my God, the Fear Fiction podcast, hot and reedy. But yeah,
Ooh, that's strong.
I'm a big fan of nihilist Arby's.
That's strong. We should do that.
What are we reading? The Halloween story?
Yeah, I have my last Halloween up. If that's what we're
Okay.
doing.
We can go ahead and bullshit, but I'm gonna spam that into the chat so people can find it.
To whomever just sent me furry porn, 10 out of 10.
God damn it.
You're getting furry porn sent to you?
Fuck yeah.
Not
So
fair.
is it furry pharmacy porn or?
Yeah. Well, don't send me pharmacy porn because I've literally seen all of it. I
Yeah,
stay up to
multiple
date.
gigs worth.
You obviously haven't seen all of it if you were surprised by Wolf Mercy and Wolf Farah.
An Omega in heat.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where's
All right.
the podcast Slime Beast?
Yeah, where's the
question.
podcast Slime Beast? Where's the? Oh wait, what?
I have no
Carpet
idea what they're
TV.
referring to.
We've got Carpet TV in
Yeah,
the
that's
chat.
pretty good.
I didn't even realize that. Sub for more spooky carpets. Yeah.
Oh,
Where
that's
is the podcast? You mean the Fear Fiction podcast on this channel that you're watching right now? Is that?
Remember when Overwatch used to be fun to play? Yeah. that was when Junkrat didn't have two fucking minds and Hanzo
No.
didn't have the ability to spam out
Yes.
arrows insanely.
I would say that is prior to Hanzo being reworked. Was a sort of a window of time that was fun.
It was a golden time.
Yeah. Let's make
In
him like
turn-
McCree, but okay, sure.
Yeah, there is no reason for McCree now.
Yeah.
The only reason you go McCree is to deal with pharmacy.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway, when are more episodes of Do Not Steal coming out?
I have one.
We only released one.
Yeah.
We only released one, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I have
We
it
should
scheduled for the first week of November. The
And
next episode.
we'll likely be recording more soon.
Maybe.
Because we do have some gaps in the upcoming schedule that we could probably just do more of those. Those are fun.
I do have
Because we are ahead on episodes to release.
Right.
So we should have time to do some Do Not Steal.
Sweet.
I have a paid sponsored message from Carpet TV. Come on over and check out our original content, like the Rug Sea. But yeah. Overwatch is just loot boxes and disappointment now. Says
You
Jared
just
Bumblecrumb.
named half of games.
The furry porn that I received is not disappointing me. I won't describe it though. I'll let your imagination do the work.
Ooh, yep. I just got some more too. Very good. Very, very, very good.
Where's the hyperrealists? They're out there and they're coming whenever. Yes.
Yes.
What Slime Beast just said in the chat.
We are the
they,
hyper realists, and we'll always save the day. But yeah, once something else is killing creepypasta, I guess we'll come back. I don't know.
Pretty much, they're the superheroes. They only show up, when they're needed. They don't
Ian
just stand around
McDonald
in street
says.
corners.
Ian McDonald says, "Big, hard, throbbing cocks waiting to be sucked. 18 naked cowboys wanting to be fucked. Cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch, on their knees wanting to suck cowboy cocks. Ram Ranch really rocks." Did you come up with that, Ian McDonald? That's pretty good.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right.
I haven't
And no, thank
seen
you,
that.
Aiden Gindy. No, thank you. But go ahead.
I haven't listened to that song you sent me, but I did watch the Left 4 Dead thing you sent me. Where's the Discord? I would love to send some pictures. Well, there's not like a not safe for work thing on the.
Right. It's pretty much all safe for work just because I don't want to have to deal with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's too far. Okay, that's, I don't want to have to make these fucking decisions. Let me get a invite for the fucking...
Carpet TV says, get hype for season 4 of Sunny Family Carpet.
Sunny Family Carpet. God damn it.
Oh, I approve of this lampooning.
All right, let me generate a new link here. I'm going to put in the chat a link to the Discord. Here it goes. Boop. You can also find it at toospooky.com. TOOSPOOKY.com.
Isn't Dead Palace Jackoff Corner not safe for work? No, not really.
It's
it's not labeled that. It's just
it's not safe for work language, basically, I guess.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with images, I go to so many Discords for so many different people and so many different things where the entire Discord is flooded just with so much cum. And I'm like, I don't want to look through all these pictures.
Yeah.
to find the content. So I just prefer things be safe for work, in that regard. All right.
Yeah, I mean that's generally my idea as well, which is
Mm,
why the only porn allowed on my server is pharmacy.
right.
And people don't tend to post porn there; they tend to post cute, fluffy stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
So we should probably do the Halloween story.
really?
Once we get to 25 likes, once they
Good
smash
point.
that like button.
Good point.
Once we get to 25 viewers, we need to get to 25 likes.
We're at 32 viewers.
Oh, really?
So, come on,
Creepy.
people.
That's
Yeah, I'm
creepy.
happy
This
with
is
that.
the only way YouTube will acknowledge our channel's existence.
I'm worried. I'm worried about having 32 viewers because now we have to actually be
Entertaining.
entertaining. Yeah.
Well, no, I think we were just kind of bullshitting until people arrived.
We just got another dislike after we said that.
Fucking hell.
Whatever.
Okay.
YouTube doesn't care.
Yeah, I was gonna
promotes that
say.
too.
Let's run an experiment. Let's find out when everybody watching dislikes and then likes and then dislikes and then likes. Let's see what it does to YouTube's fucking algorithm. Confuse the shit out of it.
Just tear the stream down.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
Ian McDonald, fuck you. I'm doing this, but not because you said to.
There
Rude.
you go. No, we could start reading Insincerity whenever.
Okay.
Insincerity. Oh, maybe it's not. It is the link I'm posting coming up for you guys, or is it like censoring it out?
I didn't see a Discord link. If that's what
Oh,
you're doing.
it's censoring it out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put the letter number jumble in the chat.
That's weird. You should have.
Yeah, it's not letting me
wait.
put. Okay.
Oh, because you're doing it from Slime Beast, not
Right.
from FearFic. Right.
Ugh,
Okay.
gross. I didn't turn on any filters though, so. All right. So my last Halloween is the title of the story, and the category is beings Halloween locked 334 video. Those are the categories for my last Halloween. That also means they probably didn't get the link to the creepypasta.
No, I think it's there.
Oh, okay.
Should be there.
How big is your beard? Says Aiden Ginty. How big is the sky? All right. So what? I think Lock 334 is the author. It's probably a category for an author, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So who wants to start us off? Are we going in the usual order, DP?
Yeah, let's do usual order.
All right. Halloween used to be my
Whoa!
favorite
Wait,
holiday.
no. What? Halloween dog.
Cassie.
Good timing.
Halloween used to be my favorite holiday. It was the one time of the year I could actually be anything I wanted to be. You could draw out your darkest desires and display them for the world to see. No one would think you were odd for being the person you always wanted to be. That's why so many women dress up as sluts on holidays. On
Aw,
Halloween.
damn.
Hot takes, hot takes. There was no judgment for your choice of attire, and oftentimes that's not true. And oftentimes you were commended for that choice. Then at the end of the night, you receive a reward for your efforts in the form of a bag full of candy.
So right away, I notice saying in the first part you could be anything you wanted to be, and then saying after that you could be anything you wanted to be. I just noticed
There's
that.
no judgment.
Yeah, no
Here at
judgment.
Halloween Candy Shack.
Halloween, whatever I be,
Which is not
no
true.
judgment. But yeah.
No, I think if you cross dress for Halloween, there's plenty of judgment.
Somebody out
Yeah.
there, post on Twitter your slutty Mr. Creepypasta costume. be slutty Mr. Creepypasta for Halloween.
No, like if you dress up as the wrong Ninja Turtle, you could get ridiculed.
Like the wrong one, like Donatello. You mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
I guess Leonardo would be even
Raphael,
worse than
what are you
Donatello,
doing?
but yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think that this is a fine start, if not kind of a little humdrum.
Jared
Little pink by numbers, but it's
Bumblecrumb.
fine.
Jared Bumblecrumb in the chat says, "I'm fairly certain small children would beat you to death if you dressed as a BDSM furry, but I think you'd enjoy it though, if that was what you dressed as. Probably would
Hey,
enjoy
y'all.
the beating. Yeah.
Any y'all kids into crinkling?
Crinkling.
Yeah. You
And
don't
he
know
all
about
kids into
crinkling?
Ritalin? But yeah.
Most you kids into Ritalin.
What I'm trying to say is that does anyone have any Adderall? Because I'm trying to level up in Overwatch competitive, but I'm having troubles.
Mm, give up. That's my advice.
All right, give up. That's my advice. Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast, our first live stream for Halloween. Give up, everybody.
Just give up.
Mm-hmm.
I am far too old to go door to door begging for treats. I'm far too old. But I enjoy watching my children do the same. Well, then you're still going, whatever. Weeks weeks in advance, we let them pick their costumes. They are far too young to delve into the ghastly and usually end up picking a character of a popular movie or TV show. That's bullshit.
Mm.
I
You,
simply
you can
take
you can dress up however you want on Halloween, except if you're my children, in which case,
no cute vampires, no adorable skeletons, nothing like that. I simply take my pictures and urge them on to each doorway. God, you are just a bundle of fun.
Yeah.
I always remind them to say trick or treat before the door opens.
Oh my God.
It has been this way for a few years now, but I'm starting to question the tradition, especially after visiting 113 Forest Road. Oh no.
There's a 13 in that address.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm starting to question the tradition, especially after visiting 66613 Hellfuck Road. But yeah.
666, your kids are gonna die tonight road.
Now that I would love to live on that road. Could you imagine sending mail out from that address? People would always be concerned. But yeah.
No one would bother you. Be kind of nice.
This past
oh man, another delivery to Pizza Guys Always Die on this road boulevard.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh man, another delivery to Barack Obama."
Now, don't deliver this to me.
I
I don't
there
want
you
your mail.
go. Well, there's your first Obama impression of the night.
Yeah. All right.
It's fair game if someone says his name.
True.
It is true.
It's like Bloody Mary, except you only have to say it once. All right.
Broccoli Obama. That's right. That's where it all started.
Where did it all start? With Broccoli Obama. Okay.
It did. It did.
This past
Who is Broccoli Obama? Well,
God
Let
damn
me
it.
tell you.
This past year.
All right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You're worse than the dog. This past year, we made the rounds of our local neighborhood. We made sure to only approach homes that had their porch light on, which was the unspoken rule. I think that's a spoken rule.
Yeah. Now, don't approach shit with any. Oh, hold on.
Don't approach shit that ain't got a light on it. Our night had almost come to an end when we reached a home that had been vacant for the last 2 seasons. It was the largest within our neighborhood, towering at 2 stories. It was so fucking large, it was 2 whole stories, when all others only had 1 level. It was a large brick Victorian monstrosity that may have once been beautiful, but the landscape had long needed work. It was the house most kids made stories about, and when we saw the dim glow of that yellow bulb, I was unsure of letting my children approach. So this is one of the stories, I guess, about it?
I'm kind of 2 minds of this so far. I do like the term of like Victorian brick monstrosity, but at the same time, it's weird when it's like towering 2-story house.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I
Well-
don't like the foreshadowing or the front loading, but I'm on board so far.
I think you mean the 13 shadowing? But yeah.
Bum bum.
Press 1 in the chat if you are spooked. Press 2 in the chat if you're ready to be spooked, and press 3 if you are unspooked completely.
Type a ethnic slur in the chat if you want us to stop reading and
Don't.
end the stream. No, we won't see it, so
God.
it's no big deal. We won't see it because it'll be automatically censored out.
Oh, does it do that? Of course it does that. My oldest begged. Oh,
Of all the things, okay.
Classic.
All right.
classic.
Class.
Y'all know how to make me happy.
It's a good thing I don't have chat up on the screen, but okay.
Oh man, it'll play this back if people watch it on YouTube. So.
Oh, that's true.
The oldest begged me to ring the doorbell, and my
My
youngest,
young list.
my youngest simply wanted more candy. I was outnumbered and relented at their pleas. My wife sat within the idling vehicle while I followed close behind. The two made their way up the steps, and I waited at the bottom. Like always, I reminded them of what to say.
Oof.
My old, uh, don't your kids just like pick up at some point that they need to be like
Yeah.
trick or treat?
If
But
you're
you
like,
don't know how old the kids are, I think is the issue here.
if you're 2 or 3
There's
years
that
into
too.
it, I mean, Jesus. He said the house was empty for the past 2 seasons, so the kid, the oldest,
These
is at
people,
least 3 years old. If they took him out when he was an infant.
this is definitely more upper middle class because the houses are far enough apart to where the wife is sitting in the car idling, driving by to like, you know what I mean?
I mean, they could
Where
just be
Yeah.
trying to keep warm, depending on where it is. But
see
Yeah.
here's the tip, people. Here, kids gather round for DP's Halloween candy advice. You don't want to go to the rich neighborhoods. I know that there's this myth that they have full bars of candy there, not
ooh,
fun size, full bars of candy. But it's only like those two people who have two full bars of candy. You're better off going to the poor neighborhoods because the poor people are more charitable and their houses are closer together,
mm-hmm.
meaning you're going to get net more candy. Don't take the bait. Stay away from the rich neighborhoods.
That's right. Don't take the bait. Avoid the bourgeoisie, says Dead Palate.
That's precisely what I said.
Mm-hmm.
No words being put into my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
They idling behind. The two made their way up the steps, and I waited at the bottom. Like always, I reminded them of what to say. My oldest son held his brother's hand and pressed the lighted button, ringing as much like church bells. Ringing much like church bells echoed within the house for a moment before returning to silence. After a few seconds, they turned to me with questioning looks.
Hmm.
I had noticed a moving truck parked outside the home earlier in the month and knew someone must live there, but I had not seen them. There was no car in the driveway, and I did not see any lights on inside. I started to think they were simply gone and left the light on in case it was dark by the time they returned. I waved to my children to come back to the car and told them we would just head home. The look of disappointment on their faces told me they were not ready to end the night just yet.
Mm. So, how do we feel about the fact that he was our narrator, which we assume is male? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they have two mommies.
Maybe.
How do we feel about our narrator being apprehensive about the light being on at the house, despite the fact that we now know they saw somebody moving into the house prior? Like, you would be like, okay, so the new people moved in, now it's open for Halloween.
I don't know. It does feel kind of like just very convenient. The house was big and scary and somehow empty, but the lights were on. Like, doesn't not really well thought out.
So Puppy Fight says the narrator is a Fuda. So like, are we talking normal Fuda or like hyperdong? Like, is she waddling around with like, is it just dragging behind her?
They have no kids. It's just the two testicles dressed up in ghost costumes.
Yes, precisely.
Dragging a giant dong behind them.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to formulate an opinion.
We're almost done with the story, and that's kind of an issue because I feel
Are
like
we?
we've
Oh shit.
gotten nowhere.
so
Yeah,
this is me now.
I think
Is that
that
correct? Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I think it either needs to go one of two directions. It really needs to double down on the setting, like really setting us in the scene and giving us that information and telling us about the kids, or it needs to be shorter and like 2 paragraphs long and to the point, you know?
I'd like to know how the house was decorated, if at all.
Yeah,
Even
like
if it wasn't.
there's so many fun things you could do here.
Yeah. All right. Well, their faces lit up as the door creaked to life and a voice beckoned them to wait. By saying what? Wait! Oh, okay. Trick or treat, they both screamed with excitement.
A feeling rolled in me like thunder in a.
It's straight up 100% my turn.
Oh shit! Sorry.
A feeling rolled in me like thunder, and a signal of danger rang in my head. Something was not right. If they were home all this time, where was the car I had seen sitting in the driveway the last few weeks? I instinctively advanced on my two children, taking the steps in leaps.
Hmm.
That's weird phrasing. Is
What?
it? Is that weird phrasing?
Yeah, that's strange.
It's weird phrasing, but I mean, you get what he means, so.
Yeah, it's true. A feeling inside me told me they should not go towards the voice, and I called them to stop. Called for them to stop as they turned towards the door.
You think he would have made this decision before even like saying, "Hey, go ahead" or anything?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe the voice that called out was like, wait right there. I'll be there with candy. And he was like, whoa, no. Hold on. Hold on, kids. You don't want anything that man has to offer.
Now listen, you want your candy. Yakuzi-chan, and the ace skeleton popped out. I really hope that that's where this is going.
Yeah.
Hope so.
All right.
I choose both. The voice seems strained. Oh, like that of a lifetime smoker. I choose both. The voice seems strained, like that of a lifetime smoker.
That's the house that gives out, like, the candy cigarettes. Two ragged hands shot from the parted pathway. I guess the door is what they mean. And drew both of my little boys inside. Oh, he got him. Their screams echoed in my head.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
My son, Osama. Wait, what? What? Wait. Is that how they got Osama? They went back in time and killed him as a child? Is that why we never saw his body?
Oh man.
What does Osama dress up for as Halloween, do you think?
Sexy kitty.
No, he has to be, let's see. I think he would probably be I'm trying to think of like what costume would accommodate a dialysis machine.
Maybe he dresses up like the fish from the like little guppy from SpongeBob who had the iron lung attached to his butt.
Yeah, the iron butt. There you go. Fucking hell. He just duct tapes it to his ass. All right.
Kevin Oswald says, "I prefer my sword non-magical. Don't ruin this for me, Bilbo Obama."
God, why would you read that?
Which because I appreciate it. That's why.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
All right. So where was I? My adrenaline shot me forward, but my body slammed against the closing door. I pounded repeatedly.
I chimed in with a
God damn it.
Heard of.
This is the one guy who heard of closing the goddamn door.
Yeah, he really did.
Screaming obscenities of every nature, ethnic slurs, homophobic comments, just all of every nature, he says. So we can assume so. My body shook violently as my world became a spiral of despair. The whole scene drew the attention of my wife, and soon she was right behind me. This is a Fuda story. In an effort to find the entry, I took a step back, lifted my right foot, and dropped it full force onto the hardwood. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm liking. Yeah, Fuda seems plausible here.
Yeah.
The door frame shattered, allowing the barrier to fly freely into the darkness. I cried out in terror for my little boys as I rushed through each room. My entire reason for living had been snatched up in an instant, and I had been too late to stop it. When the house had been searched completely with no results, my wife phoned the authorities through wails of agony.
Ooh.
We both held each other.
We both gave each other reach arounds, yeah?
Yeah.
Until the sirens lit up our tiny neighborhood.
All right.
Okay.
Dead kid story.
It has been a year now, and we still have no answer as to what happened to our children. My wife distanced herself from me, and I'm sure she blames me for what happened. I don't fault her for that. I blame myself as well. If I had not let them go to that door or listened to my feelings sooner, they would both still be here. Halloween is no longer a time for fun for us, but a reminder of our mistakes. I don't even leave my house on that night, and even the sight of a pumpkin makes tears stream down my face. The drive home from work is especially
Trigger
hard.
warning.
Trigger
Pumpkins.
warning.
Yeah.
Witnessing the houses that decorate for the occasion. I'm almost in a panic before I close myself within the safety of my home. Please, if you read this, don't let your kids visit 113 Forest Road on Halloween. So this is a radical departure from the beginning, which just said, I'm starting to question the tradition of Halloween.
Yeah.
To I've been horribly scarred and my kids are missing.
Yeah. Huh.
That's a good thought experiment for all stories. Is just, hey, read the beginning of your story, and then read the end of your story back to back.
I know it's very tempting to just kind of throw these stories together and because you have a good idea and you want to get it written down in the moment, but sleeping on it, getting it in front of someone else to proof and stuff before you post it's usually a really good idea.
So Jared Bumblecrum summarizes what I think a lot of people in the chat have been saying for the entire time. The summary is: don't go to 13-13-666 Satan fuck kid murder road. I think that sums it up.
Fuck.
That sums it up.
I think Rabid Radioactive Raccoons also sums this up pretty well. Wow, this story is bad in a way that isn't even fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not, as I always seem to say, it's not poorly written. It's just,
Well,
meh.
it's not hypo written, but it also just doesn't do anything. Like it feels rushed. It's missing a lot of critical details that could provide some context and immersion for us, and it just doesn't have that. So, and
Gotta make sure that I mention the road that my kids were kidnapped on, but don't tell the reader the names of the children.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't remember. They were snatched right out of his life and his memory.
Was the house the disappear hole?
Maybe.
I guess.
Disappear House. Coming soon to Sci-Fi.
Random thought, but I always thought Abysme was skillfully. Well, we've never been on the same podcast, so who knows?
Could be.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Rage Quit Rachel says it feels like all flash and no substance. I agree, like the Flash television series.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta close my door again.
Substance is an underrated villain for the Flash. Hear that right there? That right there is dead air, people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all in favor of Slime Beast, DP, and Abysme reading furry fanfic. I'm not opposed to this.
Is it Halloween themed?
Yeah, if it's Halloween themed, we'll consider it. I know people are sending me stuff in my DMs and Discord. I've kind of stopped looking because we've been reading. But if you got a Halloween furry fanfic story,
If you can find a story called The Haunted Halloween Horsecock, we'll read it.
If you could write that in 5 minutes, that'd be great.
right now, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Haunted Halloween horsecock.
Let's
don't
open
go.
it up for brief Q&A before we go to the next story.
Don't trick or treat on Horsecock Road. So brief Q&A. Post your questions in the chat. Press 1 in the chat if you have a question. Press 2 if you don't have a question. But yeah, it's going to take time for that to propagate, I assume. People have probably been asking questions while we were reading. 2 says Seymour Butts. Oh, okay. He doesn't have a question.
I sent Abysme an alternate history horror story. Okay.
Horror.
Horror story. Oh, if this is the one I think it is, it's God, it's on DeviantArt, and I'd have to fucking sign in, and I don't remember my login.
Anti-paradox. What do you write racial slurs for? Because you really want to express your feelings.
God. Hey Slime, how many cats exactly live in your anus? 0. So that's an easy question.
That's
Thank
not
you.
true. We all know Slime Beast has feline AIDS.
Feline herpes.
Man, am I glad that feline AIDS doesn't spread to humans.
So what are you all drinking tonight? Asks Gavin Oswald. Well, I just finished off this cheap bourbon I've been trying to get rid of forever, and now I'm finishing off this cheap scotch I've been trying to get rid of forever.
Bagel.
I
I just want to say one thing quickly to interject, but you can get back to it. Bagel Goose says Nightmind X Slime Beast when. I was only kidding about having feline AIDS, so no.
Ooh.
So I'm drinking Hendrix that I stole from Chelsea. Fuck you, Chelsea, and Squirt. Squirt. Y'all know Squirt.
Have you ever had a squirt? You ever have a really
B-list.
good squirt?
B tier fucking soda.
It
not even-
really is.
It's not even bad. It's just like, yeah. I don't know. This,
I like it. I like it more than Sprite or Mountain Dew or whatever.
Okay, I have the horror story.
So a lot of questions are going by. Are either of you keeping track of them?
Oh, okay. What was in the box we don't? What was in that box we don't speak of? That terrible cold open we'll never show you.
Yeah. Listen, you guys are just jealous that I did one of the most epic cold opens in the history of podcasts.
It really wasn't.
Jealous is not the term, but
It was tantamount to be like, it wasn't really 6 million Jews. Like
I
it was
did
on
not. Okay, don't mislead people. Just to be clear, that is not what I said.
no.
And it wasn't about Jews or the Holocaust or World War II.
It was just poor timing of something that any other day would have been fine, but yeah, no. Just no. You weren't wrong in anything you said. It's just
No.
No, we're not putting that in.
But the timing will be different when the episode comes out.
Oh boy. Elias
Slime
is going to
Beast.
have fun with that.
When did you escape from Nightmind's petting zoo?
When did I escape from Nightmind's petting zoo? Well, what happened was Nightmind. I woke up from. I actually went out to like a nightclub, and there was this super attractive woman in like a slinky black dress, and it was kind of dark in the club, so I didn't realize it was Nick. Slipped something in my drink. I woke up in a petting zoo. But what happened was, luckily, I was able to slip out while Nick was over in his heavy petting zoo. So, yeah.
Good song.
Yeah. So, while Nick was over, I think what he was doing was he was leading a group of his quote-unquote students through the zoo. Which, by the way, I never saw them again. But, yeah.
Gavin Oswald asks, speaking of feline AIDS, how are the cats doing after the epidemic slime beast?
Why are these questions about my cats or about people who think they're cats? Why are they all cat related?
I don't know. I'm just
But
that come in, man.
the cats have an illness after the hurricane, and it just will be something that they always have, and you just have to give them specific medicines when it flares up. So yeah.
Yeah, my cat got feline herpes when we boarded her at a place, and wish I had never done that because yeah, she came back with the herpes, and
Yeah.
I
she's
boarded
fine.
my cat at a cat
God.
day spa. Now I wish I hadn't.
Pretty much, because if I just shelled out more money to have a cat sitter come by, she would not have feline herpes. And it's not the end of the world, they may sneeze now and then, but as long as you can keep them healthy,
Right.
you're okay.
Abysme, what's your fur affinity account?
I don't have one, which surprises
Sure.
me.
It's for everybody out there. Before he can censor me, it is Abysmeow. Abysmeow. That is what it is.
Well, if I set one up, I'm gonna have to use that because that's pretty strong.
But would you be a cat?
No.
Yeah, so then this doesn't
Well,
work.
well, I would just be like, well, no, I'd rather be a reptile. No,
He's
fuck it.
he's
Never mind.
a. Now, why do we have Crypt TV and Carpet TV? I don't think that's the real Crypt TV.
Calling furry porn gay is not really an insult. It's more of a statement of yeah, a lot of it is because it's erotica, but whatever.
Now, Rabid Radioactive Cartoons, Raccoons, asks, what do each of you think is key to a good surrealist horror story? Now, I don't know. That question may be too silly for us because we're talking about real solid issues here, real important
Yeah.
things.
A good surrealist horror
Yeah.
story.
Surrealism. That'll be
Knowing
my
how
answer.
to knowing how to balance the surrealism and still being able to ground what you're writing about so people can relate to it, because it's really easy to kind of go off the deep end with
Hmm.
the surrealism. So you do have to. I would say less is more whenever you're writing, and that's kind of good for horror in general. You don't want to just overload people and blow your load way too early. So many stories do that. So many movies do that. Multi-million-dollar franchises fucking do that. So balance, subtlety, patience, those are all good things.
It's always valuable to have a story that the unknown is important, and so having your unknown factor not be limitless and not be singular, allowing for a handful of interpretations to be possible, but not so open that it doesn't mean anything. I think would be an important thing. Like, was it supernatural? Was it a government cover up, or was it a figment of the author's imagination? Like, have a handful of options, but don't have it be like, well, it was the space Mormons from Jupiter, and they, be like, that's
Hey,
too
hey,
open.
hey, hey, hey. Space Mormons from Jupiter is classic sci-fi schlock.
Space
I,
Mormons
I,
from Jupiter.
I will thank you not to disparage that great franchise.
Wait, what planet? What were the Mormons on in Starship Troopers?
Oh, shit. It's been so long since I've seen that
Starship. Let's hit Bing.
movie. Have any of you seen the movie The Endless? I don't think I have. I don't think I've heard of it either.
Planet Dantana. Dantana.
Dantana?
Dan Dan
Dantooine?
Dan 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 Dan. Dan?
Dantooine.
Gingerana.
We're all on Dantooine.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see that the questions have almost ended and have just become more strange phrases.
Yeah, I think we'll move
I
on
do,
to
I
next story.
do like Tata's comment of, if my friends kept talking about someone I have a beef with this much, I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh boy,
when I think
the
of
fucker.
that person, I don't think of beef. That's not the first word that comes to mind. Get it? Cause okay.
I thought
Anyway,
Pressacor was going to make Abandoned by Fur Affinity.
That wouldn't be Press's thing.
Nah, fucking feathers.
maybe Fur Affinity bans dinosaur porn, so you're banned by Fur Affinity.
Maybe.
But yeah.
Google used to be better than
Only
Bing.
only if you make dinosaur furry porn where the dinosaurs have feathers, because no one likes that shit.
Well, who would want? I mean, that's like wearing clothes. Why would that? How would that make
I know.
sense?
What's
So
the
yeah.
point?
Well,
Feather
that's the thing.
affinity.
Where are the feathers? Like, it's one of those things in porn where it's like there's a whole category just labeled hair,
Oh God.
hairy.
True, true.
Gotta get the feathers.
Feathery.
Natural feathers. It's
Yeah.
like, no, I want it clean shaven. I want it plucked. I want clean plucked.
Oh man. So we do have another story linked in the Skype chat.
We do. It is Ed, and Eddie, a lost episode.
I feel like people might be actually linking us stories in the chat, and it might be removed.
Probably
Who
is.
knows?
Again, sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know. We probably have enough time for more stories after this, though, don't we?
Oh yeah, it's
Nah,
only
we've
we
got
haven't been going very long.
10 more minutes of the stream, but yeah.
Ah shit.
Okay. All right, so Ed, and Eddie lost episode. Now this should be interesting because I haven't seen much of Ed, and Eddie. I have seen it like a couple episodes.
One of my favorite cartoons from the Cartoon Friday era of Cartoon Network. Good shit.
So hottest canker sister, the one with the blue hair. I think we all agree, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is always Marie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is the only canker sister waifu choice.
Right.
Absolutely. Like, come on.
Canker sister waifu choice.
No,
In your
normally
coffee
I'm like,
aisle.
love whatever waifu you want, but yeah, on that one I can't budge. I'm sorry.
All right. So,
All right.
do we want to start
Well,
with?
as you may know,
Mm-hmm.
the popular Ed, Edd and Eddy has been running for a long time. However, between October 7th, 2003 and October 21st, 2003, episode 34 was accidentally released 1 week before it was scheduled to.
The end.
Damn.
Oh, creepy.
Top tier waifu is Plank.
No, Plank is a skank.
Doesn't mean Plank can't be a waifu.
Listen, Plank is the Little Caesars of the Ed, Edd and Eddy universe.
Can't wank to a plank.
Oh man. Okay. It was also known to some around The Office, which I'm guessing is, well, would it be Cartoon Network or would it be the Canadian?
Chad and Chatty.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Waifu is Jimmy's headgear.
God damn it. I think The Office they're talking about is
Not The
the
Office.
TV show The Office. So
Like, is this the animation studio? Because I know that was Canadian. It wasn't in it wasn't Cartoon Network. So I don't know. Yeah. The primary writer had been sick with the flu, and instead of going on to make episode 34, the show was supposed to replay episode 1. At 5 a.m. Eastern, people reported a very disturbing new episode premiering on Cartoon Network. Some children were unfortunate enough to see it.
bum bum bum. Yiff yiff and yiffing.
Plank is easy to nail.
Oh no!
Nice one, Gavin.
All right. So apparently, the quality of the episode was mediocre when held to the regular standards. Now, should I make a comment about the animation standards of Ed, Edd and Eddy?
Oh, it's purposefully very.
Yeah.
It definitely has a unique art style, which I've always loved, and it's not flashy. It's often surreal in a lot of places. So
It's sort of like a bit like grotesque, purposefully grotesque, you know?
A
Like,
little bit.
yeah.
A little bit. Well, at moments vary,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
it's very shanky,
Shanky.
shanky. Yeah.
Oh, geez,
Shank-
Scoob. I don't know, Shanky.
It's very exaggerated.
Yes.
Everyone's tongue's a weird color. Yeah, there's definitely
Right.
an element of that.
All right, so it was mediocre when held to the regular standards. Animation was choppy. Sound was constricted and very muffled. Okay, I don't even... All right. Reports of a line running up and down, similar to a crappy VHS tape. Ah, Sid was behind it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Were received.
Of course.
Self-references. Scenery was described as overwhelmingly dark and depressing, without changing props and other background objects. Stormy looking.
This is very reminiscent of Dead Bart. This is taking place from the Dead Bart book.
Yeah.
What's the name of the ha 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 I'm foreign, kid on that show? Ed and Eddy.
Oh, Rolf.
Rolf. Dead Rolf. If he
son of a
dies in
shepherd?
this, if Rolf dies in this, I'm calling it Dead Rolf.
I will be surprised if we actually get Rolf in this story. I mean, I hope we do, because Rolf's amazing, but yeah, we'll see.
It's been forever since I've read it, but I've read this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you lied.
Spoiler. I never said I hadn't read this one.
I actually looked through your YouTube channel, seeing if you had done a dead serious on it, and I didn't find
Yeah.
it, but that doesn't mean it's
Yeah, I
not
did.
there.
See, he lied by omission.
No, YouTube just buries every episode of Dead Serious. So,
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
no, but it does get into some. Yeah, I'll stop talking. I'll let you guys form your own opinion.
No.
Okay.
Characters also behaved oddly. Instead of the normal goofy hijinks-inspired personalities, viewers complained they seemed extremely agitated, gratuitously hateful towards each other, and constantly about to begin sobbing after the lines. See right there, just bang on Dead Bart.
Yeah.
Meh.
By the way, if you're
The
watching this, do
protagonist-
not bang on Dead Bart. Okay, go ahead.
The protagonist also had a very bad lisp. No one knows why, but he spoke with a sexual tone that further
Wait.
bothered the viewers.
What protagonist?
Yeah, which protagonist?
Who?
Ed.
Wait, one of the Eds, I'm guessing.
It was just normal Ed.
I guess.
Wait.
Do you want to come over here and suck my dick?
Is normal ed what you go to after you're in special ed?
Do you know the characters, Slime Beast?
I know Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and I know Rolf now, and I know Marie Canker. That's about it. And I know
Do you know
Plank.
the Eds apart? There's
I
Ed,
don't know
which
which one is
is
which name, but I do know they're.
there's Ed, who is the tall, dorky one. There's
Oh,
Double D, who is the geeky, effeminate one, and
uh-huh.
then there's Eddie, who is like the sleazy guy
I
who always wants
see.
the money.
I
Mhm.
see.
Yeah,
I
completely
was
normal
one.
Ed.
I was one of these viewers.
Bum, bum,
Oh my god.
bum. The episode began with Double D walking down the street with Ed. I noted that Ed,
Nope.
with two D's. Oh, Eddie. Okay, not Double D. I got you.
Mhm.
Fucking hell, this is what happens when you don't watch the show. The episode began with Eddie walking down the street with Ed. I noticed that Double D was missing. There was an angular shot coming from in front of the two to show them walking toward the viewer. He, Eddie, was wearing the angry look he does when something goes wrong. His eyes were red around the iris. Ed looked absolutely forlorn and practically dragged behind Eddie, tears in his eyes, which were both lazy and looking in opposite outward directions, so wall-eyed, basically.
This is not unusual so far. Like I can remember a similar scene from a lot of episodes.
Yep. Uh, oh man, where was my mind going with this? No, I was going to say that there are a lot of people who sincerely like Ed, Ed and Eddie fan fictions of them boning. Like it's a giant community.
Like Rebecca
I'm
Sugar.
not surprised.
Did you not know that Rebecca Sugar? You know Rebecca Sugar, right?
Yeah,
That's
creator of Steven
is that
Universe.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. When she ran afoul of her own fans, like they, were too much even for her, the fandom. They went and found that she had drawn on the internet pictures way back, pictures of Ed, Ed, and Eddie fucking. And
Mm,
then
Who
they came
fucking?
out with that, like, look at this, pedophilic drawings. And it's like, no,
no, it's
come
not.
on, guys, come on.
Um, yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Good
Bet
for you, Rebecca. Kevin, the series antagonist, was riding his bike opposed to the Eds towards them. See, here's the thing though, is it's not deciding it's us to know Ed and Eddie or not. It's like
Mhm.
Kevin, the antagonist, if you didn't know, and it's like, well, you're already assuming that we know.
Also, I mean, I guess he is an antagonist, but so are a
Yeah,
lot of the kids in the show because the
yeah.
Eds antagonize them. They're trying to scam them almost every episode.
Hmm.
So that's not entirely accurate, but whatever.
If you said like Kevin is a bully, then that would make sense.
Yeah.
But like he's not really the series antagonist. It's a Always Sunny in
Whoop.
Philadelphia where they're all just terrible people.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much.
Um,
It's always
the
Eddie in
shot,
Philadelphia. Is that what we're going
yeah,
for? Okay.
the shot became blurry and low moans were heard coming from Eddie before Kevin hit him, which never happened because the screen went to black.
Oh.
Can I say Dead Bart anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Can I just drive home that this is just
You
not not very good Dead Bart?
every time you want to reference dead Bart, you have to just make a sound like Bart dying. You have to
Or
be like
take a
you have to
drink.
be like
Or both.
well, like like that. That's what you got to do.
Don't have a cow.
What was he hit? He was hit by a 2x4. Okay.
By Plank.
Yeah.
The screen then snapped back and Kevin was again headed toward Eddie. The view was so blurry this time, all I saw was a green blob headed toward a yellow one. Again, the low moan, only this time it sounded like the microphone was broken and loud static came, and I am so bored already, greatly overshadowing the moan. Here we go.
It was
Trope time.
It wasn't broken. It was just a blue yeti. Okay. So yeah, a claymation sequence of double. Did they have any claymation sequences on Ed,
No.
Ed and Eddie? Okay,
Nope.
so this is really out
Nope.
of place and took a lot of time to make. And yeah,
Yeah.
a claymation sequence of Double D sleeping in Eddie's bed came up. So it's just a still thing. Honestly, it may have just been the abruptness, but I jumped and shivered. Waking up and getting out of bed, he moved oddly around the circular room, the fast pitter-patter of footsteps being the only audio. The step sounds were very clear, and I was shown a bird's eye of him scampering around the room. Okay.
So this is getting to be the part where I really broke down this story, and I think I have my solution and my feelings on this. I think that this would just be cool if it was animated.
Hmm.
Like, just
Yeah.
animate this with original characters, because that's
Yep.
cool. Like a really surreal scene of someone trapped in a room. What if you had them trapped in a room with no doors and they just go around in a circle slowly, and all you hear is the footsteps and just muffled moans?
And then
That's disturbing shit.
you hear the Lemon Grab brothers going, "Little Eddie wants to go to bed. No, he wants to get up and dance." But yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
Half of like lost episodes or haunted cartridge stories, like, dude, just make this. Just make whatever you're describing, and it'll be a lot more effective.
Benjamin Fugman, Dead Pallet's airsoft gun is plank. I don't have an airsoft gun. I don't own one. I just bummed them off my friends. And Anti Paradox, a lost episode that is essentially a version of Dead Bart. Dead Bart.
Dead
Never. Yeah, I mean, like, sure, a lot of stories copy off Dead Bart, but like this one is using visuals from Dead Bart too. It's pulling that stuff as well.
Radioactive Rabid Radioactive Raccoon says this is one of those shotgun pastas that just takes a bunch of random creepy imagery, haphazardly throws everything at the wall. Yeah, absolutely it is. You're right.
Which
And
again
Puppy Fight-
would be cool if it was its own thing.
Sure. And Puppy Fight says this makes me want to write something for Skillfully's contest, and you should.
Definitely do that.
Which is a lost episodes contest, so go do it.
And it's a shorter one than contests that have typically been held in this community. It's only 500 to 1,500 words.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was how much it was to enter.
Yes.
What's $500?
Yeah.
And the due date is December 9th, so you got time to write a relatively short story.
Yeah.
And I think that all of you could come up with some pretty creative ideas if you really sleep on it.
When are you guys reading Abandoned by Obama? After one of you writes it.
Nobody is abandoned by Obama because Obama cares, okay?
Now listen.
If you wanna be not abandoned, you can be not abandoned.
I don't know why, but when you said that, I was thinking, you want to be the very best? Like no one ever was?
If you want your child left behind, we can leave your child behind.
Pokemon Go to the polls. I'll be there. Team
damn it.
Mystic.
I wanted a shiny Squirtle, but it ran away, Michelle. Michelle, look.
Sasha, Malia, go hunt down that Squirtle for me.
Malia, trade me your Mr. Mime. Come on now.
Now, I know that Hillary isn't the most appealing candidate, but I would dissuade you from voting for Team Instinct, third-party candidates.
Oh, man.
Oh.
So,
All right. Whose turn is it?
yours.
Mine.
No.
Oh wait.
Wait,
no,
did you read There Were No Visible Doors?
No, I don't think.
No,
I did.
there were no visible doors, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow. Double D began screeching. Sounded like a Fisher cat.
So like this. Hey!
Yes.
That's how they sound.
As he moved wildly around the cell of a room, faster and faster until the screen began blurring again, the purple room's colors swallowing a now orange blur.
Ooh.
Who was Purple Room?
Was it Ed and Eddie?
Is Purple
How do
Room
you-
actually No End House?
Why was there no door in Purple Room? Well, could it be that Ed was the door all along, and he had to look inside himself? Maybe it's a metaphor for along the way, you're going to lose friends, and the walls are going to start coming in, closing in, and you realize you're all by yourself in this, and nobody really loves you. And you think, hey, if I just put a gun in my mouth, I can be done with this channel. I can just move on.
Hmm. Anyway. uh, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it first live on October 30th, the Matt Pat suicide sketch. We hope you enjoyed it. That's a mean
No,
little...
oh my god, no, there's just a thumbnail of like a scheduled live stream of Matt Pat, and it has him just like looking perplexed with a gun like in frame. He's just looking at the gun. He's just like, should I do it?
God.
What if you had, okay, a thumbnail of Matt Pat's face, his mouth photoshopped to be open really wide, with a stock photo of a hand holding a gun into his mouth, both his eyes painted like with MS Paint, where they use the circle tool to make the white circle, and the little black pupils looking down at the gun. You know, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, yeah,
Wouldn't
yeah,
that be
yeah,
good?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody out there do
I'm,
no, don't do that. Actually, no, never mind.
Don't do that, but do write a Game Theory Lost episode because we haven't had that yet.
The episode is just titled "Is Suicide the Answer?"
Oh man.
Elias, live edit that out.
Yeah. By the way, isn't
Oh,
Elias
boy.
supposed to be on with us tonight?
Yeah, he's remoting in.
Oh. All right. So who is
Oh,
this now?
boy.
Is this me?
the corner.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yours.
An extreme close-up of Eddie's front door sat in absolute silence for a maddeningly long time. At least 2 minutes of dead silence and a door. Maddeningly long, 2
Most
minutes.
Maddeningly long.
Yeah.
I guess for a cartoon, that's 11 minutes a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say that he was a kid when he saw this, so that would be, to a kid it'd be like, what
Next
is
we
this?
see-
That's my turn.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, you're right.
Next, we see Jimmy and Sarah at a doctor of some sort. Probably oral, giggity. Jimmy, obstructed in view by a hanging lamp, is crying loudly with Sarah, trying to comfort him in an unusually warm fashion. It hurts, Sarah, it hurts. The door of the room in smashed open by a new character, a dentist. His face wasn't shown because he was too tall to be. He was tall enough to be out of the shot.
Hello, it's me,
Sarah-
a dentist. Hello.
Sarah was escorted by a ladyboy. Sarah was escorted out of the room. Jimmy was shown. His headgear was mangled, the front bent upwards, stretching his lip. Very high tearing proportions.
Okay, see, there's been a lot of slapstick gags involving Jimmy's headgear where he's made uncomfortable and hurt, so this is
And he cries all the time.
Yeah, all
And
the time.
Sarah comforts him all the time.
So this isn't, this is okay, sure.
In an unusually warm fashion. It's like, no, that's what she always does.
Yeah, she's like almost bipolar in the way she acts. She's very kind and caring towards Jimmy, and if anyone threatens him, she gets incredibly angry and violent. That's the thing. This is classic. You took something that is already kind of offbeat and strange and are trying to make it creepy, and it's not really working.
Yeah. It's like Abysme
Yeah.
acts when you insult Nickelback.
This photograph.
So,
The front of his gums was trickling blood, and teeth were missing. The disturbing part, oh, thank God we got to that, was he had lost both arms and legs beforehand, apparently, and sat a paraplegic.
uh,
I think you're burying the lead here.
he got up from the chair and paraplegic.
Someone missing teeth in a cartoon. I've never seen that before. But the paraplegic thing,
Mhm.
I almost cried as I came to the conclusion the others had beaten him up and bent his headgear. Yeah, he's easy to bully.
Yeah.
Especially now, no arms and legs, even easier.
Hey, paraplegic Jimmy. Hey.
Wait a minute, is he a mafia member now?
Yeah.
Oh man, you do not want to mess with paraplegic Jimmy.
You
The
don't know
guy's a
what he's been
monster.
through. Uh,
Oh,
no,
God damn it.
his name is Headgear Jimmy, but he's paraplegic, and they're like, why don't you they call you paraplegic Jimmy? It's like, hey, I had headgear long before I was paraplegic. What do you know? Boom.
God damn it.
The camera stayed on his mangled face for a few seconds, still as a picture, silent as ever.
Because it was a picture?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Look at this
Commercials came
picture
on.
now.
Look at this paraplegic child. Nickelback, no.
Look at this paraplegic child. Ha! It makes me laugh.
Every time he gets punched, I laugh.
Oh man.
Fucking dumb kid should have some arms and legs.
Jesus Christ.
Commercials came on. I guess.
With arms missing. Under. I
This
know
is
that's
how
Creed, but
you remind me I ain't got any limbs.
oh, Jesus. God damn it.
Oh, we're gonna piss off big paraplegic.
Uh oh. Big paraplegic has their hands in everything these days. We are instantly assaulted with a very hairy Rolf. Ah, Rolf is in it. Hairy Rolf. He's
Okay.
on the hairy section of Pornhub.
Oh hell yeah.
In his darkened shed, fisting the cow repeatedly.
I forgot about this. I knew there was something
Ah.
good in here with Rolf, but I forgot what it was.
Rolf is
Oh,
fisting a
no.
cow. The visual loops and gets blurry again as the scene pans out.
That is a fucking missed opportunity because they could have put in some insane colloquialism or idiom that Rolf is known to say, and he says nothing really. Ugh.
All they would have to do is he
Let's
repeated.
fist the cow for a good harvest.
Nana, bring the lube out again.
I was
There you
only
go.
going to do this for a half hour, but then I lost my watch. But yeah, so I think that they could have said, he was fisting the cow repeatedly, and every time his fist went in, there was a different sound effect, from a duck quacking to a telephone ringing.
But it's all like jazz sound effects and very old vaudeville stuff, which is how the show is. So, like I think Radioactive Raccoons said earlier. Oh yeah, I feel like the author of this doesn't actually know much about Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Mm.
Yeah, they're kind of just going through the list of characters and doing random shit with a very surface level knowledge of what makes the characteristics. So,
It's like that one story we read, that one lost episode we read that hasn't come out yet about the thing that I'd
Yeah.
like.
totally.
Guys, I want everybody in the chat to stay on the lookout for that upcoming episode with the thing in it, with something that happens.
John Carpenter's The Lost Episode thing.
Yeah.
That DVD
John
box.
Carpenter TV.
Somebody
watch
should
that.
write a creepypasta where it's like haunted VHS, The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, and it's like I watched the video for 2 hours and all they did was Arctic research. Nothing else happened.
You just stared at meteorological reports
Yeah.
all day.
They argued about who was stealing from the lunchroom, and that was it. Yeah.
No, yeah, they're steal from the lunchroom and they call and
Oh, hold
the
on. You
dudes who
cut
are
out.
stealing.
You cut out a little bit. What now?
They call everyone into the lunchroom to try and deduce who stole the.
All right. What we're
They're
gonna
like,
do?
I'm gonna.
We're gonna test everyone's blood sugar.
We test everyone's breath. If it smells like stroganoff,
Uh,
fucking dead.
Naz was reading a magazine on her couch. The quality is now perfect.
Because Naz is on screen.
Yeah.
this doesn't have enough Marie for
Nasty
me.
Naz.
No, this I'm waiting for the well, see, if the Cankers came in, it'd be like, what are you gonna do with them? They're already horrific.
The Canker
They're the
sisters.
ultimate antagonist.
The Canker sisters were lying dead on graves in their in the Seth MacFarlane death position. But yeah.
Eddie is now alone without Ed. The quality declines worse than before, and he is still waking. The sun now lightening. Should be just lighting the. Sorry, no. Lightening the mood somewhat as he smiles and begins running. The door is shown again, and we see through Eddie's eyes as he reaches out and opens it. His house is nice and bright, but a very badly played violin is blaring. The only audio in the scene as he makes his way through the house. Eddie opens the door to his room.
Hmm. Johnny is shown under Naz's couch cushion. I don't know who that is, so whatever.
Whiffing her farts.
Johnny 2x4. God damn it.
Well, Naz, I don't know who that is.
Naz boofed into Johnny's mouth.
As he crawls out on all fours, okay, in a comedic way, and pops up behind her, still oblivious.
And angry.
And angry. And Johnny.
I laughed because someone forgot to draw his eyes. After all this, you're laughing. I laughed because I thought I thought he was a mole. I'll just end the sentence.
Sure.
Suddenly, I stopped laughing as he started swallowing her head, still in a cartoonish fashion, of course. But this was different. He and she stayed like this until she started kicking and struggling. So they stayed like this until they didn't.
Yeah.
Johnny held her like this until she went limp. Yeah.
Okay, see, that doesn't mean anything because I remember when, like Ed will fucking eat anything in the show and has mistakenly completely swallowed Double D's head, thinking it was a jawbreaker. So, like, this is, again, nothing weird given the context of the show.
A zoom in.
Gavin,
Okay.
Gavin is bringing up Naz inflation porn.
Uh-oh. I wouldn't do that if I were you. You're going to get on a watch list. A zoom in on his face revealed extremely small human eyes. So instead of having hyper-realistic eyes, he has hyper-small eyes?
Which, again, happens in episodes.
So this is DP again, but he's on Bing looking up inflation porn.
Oh, sorry. No, I straight up legitimately was doing that. Double D was lying on Eddie's floor, no longer in claymation. The camera showed Eddie's house for the remainder of the episode, about 3 minutes. And the next program began on the spot.
The McNeil Lehrer report. But yeah. That's the end.
Cool.
All right. Okay, Creepypasta Wiki. Okay. All right.
Aren't you glad that they put a quota on the lost episodes and kept this gem?
Well, it is a classic.
It is. What is it listed at the bottom here? It is historical archive is one of the categories.
Historical archive.
Historical archive. Back in my day, I watched the Haunted Ed, Ed and Eddie episode. Ralph was fisting a cow.
When you click on Lost Episode, we're gonna go through the list of stories that come up. Candle Cove, definitely. Squidward suicide.
Grandfathered in. Yeah.
I would argue fathered in. Yeah. 1999.
Plagiarized.
Huh?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism. Yeah. Dead Bart.
Grandfathered.
Suicidemouse.avi.
Ripping off Abandoned by Disney. No. No.
I would say grandfathered in, and then we Tom and Jerry Lost Cartoon.
What?
And then Mickey's Best Friend.
Okay.
I have never heard of either of these ever in my entire life until now.
Yeah.
And then we get Crybaby Lane, which not grandfathered in.
No.
Well.
Okay.
So dare we criticize?
We've already made all the criticisms. Like, I don't know what else to say about this. Especially everyone in our audience, I think, is aware of the tropes and pitfalls that Lost episodes constantly fall in. So,
Tropes versus Johnny's and Ed and Eddie's.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense, DP. That makes perfect sense.
Oh
Meh.
shit! Tom and Jerry Lost Cartoon is written by K.I. Simpson.
I know
Is
who that
that?
is.
Oh, is that the writer of Dead Bart?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
It is.
Hmm.
That's weird.
It's short as fuck.
Ooh. Do we want to? Okay, put one in the chat if you want us to read Tom and Jerry Lost Cartoon, written by the author of Dead Bart. Put 2 in the chat if you don't want us to read that. Put 3 in the chat if you just read that Yakuzi-chan has to go pee, and now you're
So
picturing
everyone
people
wait.
peeing, and now you don't want to have that
Everyone
mental image.
stop and wait.
Yeah.
Stop the screen.
Everybody stop and wait.
Look at me, stop and wait. And that's it.
Every time I stop and wait some more.
I love to wait and stop at times. Gonna wait and stop some more.
What the fuck? I chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of waiting and stopping? What? What? All right.
Oh boy.
Mickey's best friend, bestable best friend. Are you
So
Mickey's best friend too?
so we've got a lot of ones in the chat. We've got 4 of them. Wow. 5 of them. Oh man.
That's not long, so
Yeah. Tom and Jerry Lost Cartoon. If this doesn't have Jerry fisting a guard dog,
Over and over again.
yeah, we have more ones. All right.
ooh,
Are we picking up with the same order as last time, or do we want to start fresh with DP reading and so on?
I'm cool with whatever.
Okay,
Just
go
roll
ahead
with it.
then, because I don't remember what the other order was, so I don't remember where we left
The
off.
the 13 Tom and Jerry shorts made by Czechoslovakian director Gene Dedich are famous for their poor quality and rather disturbing nature, featuring badly done sound effects and animation and having a more realistic feel to the violence.
Ooh.
Okay.
Somebody want to Bing that? Is that true?
Yeah, I'm banging that.
Bing it.
And I'll keep reading. Some have speculated that Deitch didn't like the concept behind Tom and Jerry and was pressured into making them and wanted to make the people who watched his take on it feel bad for liking the concept.
By the way, Tom and Jerry, based on World War II. Is that correct?
Is it?
Yeah,
Based on?
the Tommies.
Imagine.
The Tommies were the British soldiers. The Jerrys were the German soldiers. Tom
Oh.
is always trying to catch Jerry, but Jerry's always smarter than him.
Oh.
What
No,
many
okay,
people
fair
don't know is that Deitch was originally signed on to make more than the 13 episodes the public has access to. Desperate to get out of his contract, Deitch made one more Tom and Jerry short that few have ever seen. So we have a decent backstory to this episode. We have a
Yeah,
realistic and yeah.
Gavin seems to have some insight in the chat. He says, "Oh yeah, that's true. Deitch was an interesting dude. He made a bunch of Tom and Jerry political cartoons
Now,
too.
in which direction did these political cartoons lean?
Got to get rid of the.
War propaganda.
Got to get rid of. Yes, got to get rid of the.
Luckily, you cut out, so that was whatever you said. You were protected from the ramifications.
I did not finish that sentence.
Oh, okay, good.
I was going to say Americans.
Ah, I see.
The short was called Tom's Basement. It opened with Tom in a typical Tom and Jerry house. His owner was the fat, angry guy from the other Ditch cartoons.
Ditch?
Bitch!
Tom's owner seemed even angrier than his appearances. The first scene is him stomping on Tom's tail in a very realistic and painful looking way because Tom is sleeping by the basement door.
Damn.
The owner yells at Tom to never go down there. Tom is clearly terrified and runs away to another room. Our view stays in the room by the basement door, and we see Jerry come out of a mouse hole. He looks truly grotesque, far more off model than in the other Deitch shorts, and gets an evil
You
look.
said it wrong.
Deitch?
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 Ditch?
Bitch.
Ditch?
Deitch. Blah blah blah. Now I lost my place. Good job, guys.
Think of Al Gore coming up with a solution of where to put all the water that runs off from the oceans rising. Ditch.
Ditch.
Yep.
Fuck. Where am I? Oh, yeah. From the other Deitch shorts, he gets an evil look on his face and follows Tom into the next room.
The next few minutes are fairly formulaic. Fairly Formulaic, by the way, is my favorite vaudeville comedian. Jerry repeatedly manages to trick Tom into chasing him to the basement door a few times, but each time the owner catches Tom, he inflicts a painful-looking injury on him, which stay with Tom even after the scene ends. After 3 beatings, Tom is bruised all over, bleeding in a few places, and limping on a broken leg. Poor Tom. What is
His leg
this?
is broken and angry.
What is this? An itchy and scratchy cartoon?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, isn't Itchy and Scratchy like obviously it's heavily inspired by
Right.
Tom and Jerry,
And
but
it appears on The Simpsons, Dead Bart, you know?
yeah.
Ah.
See what you
Fred-
did there, Gay Eye Simpson.
Fred Dryer is hunting. After this, Tom starts to literally beg Jerry not to bother him anymore. He's not really talking, but he's crying and mumbling, and you can hear and you can tell what he's doing by his body language. Jerry just laughs at him and pushes him back into the basement door. Back to the basement door. There we go.
So Jerry pushes him there, like across the floor? Or...
I chimed in with the haven't you guys ever pushing Jerry to the basement door?
Oh, man.
The owner catches Tom again and goes ballistic. The camera zooms in on his face. It changes color and distorts as he yells at Tom in a much louder voice than any other sound in the cartoon. I can't post most of what he said on here, but it's definitely vicious and furious.
Well, you could post some
Really?
of it.
You could probably post most of it.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Maybe this was originally posted on a Christian Minecraft server, so...
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Jerry has finally decided to take pity on Tom, though. Jerry picks up a knife that was lying around and stabs the owner in the leg quite graphically. Alright. He shanked a bitch.
Tom opens up the basement door, and I chimed in with, and they carry
God
the
fucking
owner's
damn it.
body down the stairs. There are dozens of other bodies down there decaying and showing signs of their violent deaths. Tom and Jerry shake hands, and it seems they're triumphed over the serial killer. But Jerry gets an evil look in his face again, and Tom says, in that ghostly, deep voice,
Don't you believe it? Wait, what?
don't you believe it? Not
Don't
Databayo.
Believe it.
Okay. So the premise is that their owner was a serial killer who was keeping bodies in the basement, and that's why they couldn't go down there.
Okay.
But don't you believe it, though, because we're going to put a twist on top of that twist. Because Jerry stabs Tom. No, the knife cuts apple, not orange. No, Jerry stabs Tom, killing him, and throws his body into the pile. The last shot is Jerry putting up a for sale sign on the yard of the house, laughing, clearly planning to do it all again.
Oh, Gavin Oswald says, don't you believe it is an old Tom and Jerry trope? I did not know that.
Tumulus just sent me the link
But
to
see, the
this
thing
old...
is, I'm wondering why Tom is saying that specifically. You know,
'Cause
Tom says, "Don't you believe it?" and then Tom gets killed by Jerry. So I mean, it's like Tom
Yeah.
says he's not really the killer, and then he gets killed. I mean, maybe it could be that it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to be surreal, or I could just be missing the point.
Yeah, Tom said in the
Yeah.
cartoon. I don't know. It's weird. Dead Bart, it is not.
Yeah.
It has a better setup though, I think, because it actually just says
But
it was
that
made
has
by
nothing
someone
to
who
do-
wanted to get out of his contract. Boom. There it
Yeah,
is.
but I feel like that was mostly just here's something that, well, I don't know if that actually happened, but Well, no, I guess I take that back. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, it is. It's a better setup than the last one we read.
What if
Sure.
you combined that setup with Dead Bart?
It's no Land Before Time lost episode.
Boof.
Everybody stop boofing.
Boof.
This isn't a boof stream.
Boofing.
No.
Boof.
All right. Well, that was.
What the fuck are we doing now?
What do we gotta? I want to do Halloween shit, man. I want to do Halloween shit.
Yeah.
I want to Halloween it up.
Halloween.
Let me
shit.
just search Halloween. Does anybody out there have a Halloween story that we could round things out with at least? Halloween. We want Halloween stories.
Gonna go to the Halloween genre section.
Halloween.
Rabid
genre
radioactive
section.
raccoons. The story was doing so well, with a believable take on how a disgruntled animator might distort the violent nature of the show and then just take this weird directionally into generic lost episode. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is ripe for the picking, but not capitalized on.
I mean, you could have it would have like an ash can kind of feel to it. Correct me if I'm wrong. If the bodies in the basement were caricatures of people who worked for the studio that the guy was trying to quit and wanted to leave, like putting them in there as like a fuck you kind of thing. Different. It could have gone in certain directions, drawing back to like a relevance to the topic of what was going on in the cartoon, sort of was like some kind of strange commentary on him leaving the studio or something.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
that's more realistic.
Bagel Goose, do you have a link to I Fucked a Pumpkin and Now I Wish I Hadn't Part 3? On No Sleep? Well. If all the bodies down there were all Toms, says Gavin Oswald, that's true. A bunch of different Toms down there.
Yeah.
Do. A Halloween story. I'm going through Halloween stories on the Creepypasta Wiki, and nothing really is grabbing me violently.
Same.
But the ghoulies.
Maybe we want to do this one. I'll put it in the Skype chat if you guys want to see the title.
It works for me.
I like the title. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and I like that Abysme is reading second on this. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'll put this in. Oh wait, I can't put links in my own chat. That's fine.
God damn it,
Mr. Biz.
Mr. Biz.
Mr. Biz.
Mr. Middle Management Biz. All right.
Mr. Biz.
How many people in the chat know who Mr. Biz is? You have to be a real.
How many of your true fans?
Yeah, you have to be a real fan to know who Mr. Biz is. All right, so the story we're reading, Mr. Messy Bits. And I'm glad that Abysme is reading second. Do you want to start, DP? Or do we want to take more questions? Or what do
It's
we want
my
to do?
life.
Jesus Christ.
Recently.
I think you cut out for that, but
It's my life, and I took an unusual turn recently.
okay.
Until about 2 weeks ago, I was a successful lawyer working as a legal advisor for a high-profile software company. This is hitting way too close to home. My life was orderly, lucrative, and quite dull.
Aw.
Not if you're paying off those law school loans. No, they aren't. But all that changed one magical night when I had a vivid dream of something glowing, consuming my entire body. When I awoke, I immediately knew something was odd. I remember running to the bathroom mirror to discover pieces of my body falling off. Damn, that was quick. To reveal a strange and twitching form underneath, alien and shifting.
This is the Abysme story.
This really is.
Mr. Messy Bits is Abysme.
I woke up and bodies falling off.
Bodies falling off?
Yes.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
I was, of course, quite frightened at first. I gave out a loud yell, and the remainder of my human body exploded messily all over the bathroom. Creepypasta
That
Wiki!
happens to everybody.
Come on.
Revealing my new form underneath. It was, and still is, hard to describe, because so much of it is shifting.
I will say this so far has a very kind of campy, old, like 60s sci-fi movie Monster of the Week thing going on. So, you know.
And yes, Raccoons is correct. Abysme admitted to being a lawyer.
Only in the context of the story, not
Nope.
a lawyer. Nothing I say should be taken as legal advice.
Nope.
Saved it. Yeah, sure.
Got it.
Hey, everyone, feel free to edit that out of context.
Yep.
Oh, people in the chat already are.
There were great red eyes, blinking and gazing, appendages like huge spider legs twitching and grasping the air, long, tough hair that seemed to fold in and out of my human form, massive maw like folds over ashen black skin, in scare quotes, and a whole host of strange and otherworldly organs too bizarre for me to put into words. I panicked and ran through the apartment, my screams coming out as sickening gurgles from bubbling pores in my vaguely humanoid body. I soon fainted from the shock.
God damn it. So what do we think? Is this going to end up being a dream?
I mean, it's again very
Started
campy
out
and
with
over
a
the
dream.
top.
I was exploding.
I was
I'm-
exploding just fine. Gotta blow up and be on the wall. But yeah.
I don't know. I'm okay with it so far. It's silly, but I'm
Yeah.
having fun. I can't say that for the other stories we've read tonight. When I awoke, I was again covered in my human body, regenerated over my alien. Why my new body had done this, I still cannot say, but it gave me much to think about as I was cleaning up the mess and I had made of my apartment. I couldn't go to the authorities as I would surely be locked up and studied. So as long as I was still myself, I decided to keep it a secret.
And then, the next day, I went shopping. Yes, you guessed it. All over everything. He went shopping all over everything. Damn.
There was a panic at the grocery store as my exploded human bits were sprayed all over us, and my alien form was revealed to the public. I ran away quickly in confusion. I learned from this experience that my body needed to be detonated fairly regular intervals, and that I could predict when and where this would happen, not put it off.
I wonder why.
Is this story just about diarrhea?
Maybe. Abysme, is DP
Metaphor.
cutting out for you?
Yeah, but
okay.
so
Yeah.
have you been. So,
Oh, I have. Well, that's okay, because I'm streaming, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
At
Well, hopefully
first,
everyone's just reading along.
yeah. If you're not reading along, then we can't help you. At first, I can find my daily detonations.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Oh, that's right.
My turn.
Yeah, it's because of the whole thing. Okay, good.
At first, I confined my daily detonations to my own bathroom.
It is
No,
diarrhea.
It is diarrhea.
Yeah.
Maintaining my work and social life. But as this proved to be messy and time consuming, I began to have rather depraved, almost exhibitionist desires, to tell you the truth. I had started to enjoy the detonations, and I enjoyed still more the look of terror on the faces of those nearby when one of their own suddenly exploded into a monster. The thought of doing it regularly in public made me positively giddy.
I
Okay.
love this.
Okay.
It's a
Going
fetish
for me, I
story
love
of a
it.
different kind, yeah.
Interesting.
Really is.
So, I started my reign of terror. I buzzed weddings, funerals, public gatherings of all sorts, doctor waiting rooms. There's something wrong with me. Ah! In parentheses. Schools, government buildings, even my place of work. Government building, probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, schools, too. That's an interesting topic of discussion. While I had at first had some vague idea of keeping my old life, I soon learned to abandon my human way of living completely. My new body didn't seem to need to eat, and I only rarely required sleep. I spent my downtime in abandoned buildings or out in the woods. He's a creepypasta! It was during a rest in the latter that I met Roger.
Rogue.
My connection is dying for some reason.
So is mine. It'll probably fix itself eventually.
Well, we didn't really say how long
Hopefully.
we'd be streaming, so.
Yeah. It was. Oh, sorry. No, it's DP's turn.
How am I sounding?
Now you're okay.
It was October 30th when I first met Roger in the
Whoop.
forest outside of town.
Yeah, now you're getting roboty. Do we want to just connect
No.
on Skype? It won't affect the stream at all.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Let's get the fuck off Discord. Fuck you, Discord. Boom, I disconnected. Hey, everybody, want to hear the Skype sound? Aw. Yeah. Damn. I was enjoying that.
No, it's like Skype actually works.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck was up with that. All right.
All right.
What the fuck is up with that?
All right.
It was October 30th when I first met Roger in the forest outside of town. He was a young boy. When I was a young boy, I wandered into the forest outside of town and met an eldritch abomination. He said, son, when you grow up,
God damn it.
you got to explode your pores all over the innocent people.
What the fuck? I don't think he said that.
And do it just for fun.
He was a young boy, about 10 or 12 of age by my reckoning. He must have been running away from something truly terrible, as he didn't seem fazed by my unnatural and writhing true form. I remember, but
Uh-oh.
I remember asking him why he wasn't afraid, and all he said was the most interesting thing. And all he said was interesting things.
Interesting.
I don't know why we're developing doing bad Bill Cosby impressions. He's in jail now.
I was out in the woods, you see, just walking along and going the bloogie, bloogie, bloogie.
And that pores giving you the pudding.
And you see, 'cause the nature box has the nature in the box, and arr, arr, arr.
See, I can go around looking like a perfectly normal person, but then it turns out that my inside, I am a deeply horrifying creature.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting, interesting.
Ooh.
Some sort of monster. I remember asking him why he wasn't afraid, and he said I was the most interesting thing he'd ever seen.
Is this Prasicor?
Yep. Hanging around abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
Sounds like press.
Wait, what?
I explained to the best of my ability what had happened to me, and he said he envied my lifestyle. He asked if he could join me on my next outing, and since I didn't see the harm in it at the time, front-loading, I agreed.
So we've got a man who turned into a creepypasta, and we've got the kid who's writing himself meeting the creepypasta.
So meta.
He took me in as his proxy. On Halloween night, Roger selected a seemingly random slum neighborhood, and I went to work presenting myself as a respectable representative of some human organization.
The Girl Scouts.
Yeah. Hello, I am human. I work for Girl Scout. You take cookie. I wore a smart black suit I had picked up one day during a buzz at a clothing store. So he steals, too. He explodes, he steals shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's the life.
Yes, Anti-Paradox. This is Slime Beast's origin story.
I gathered together most of the people in the neighborhood and was about to detonate when Roger suddenly fell to the ground, motionless. I detonated, causing a panic, and all of the adults ran away to ensure
Nope.
ran away in the ensuing confusion. It was up to me to deliver Roger to the hospital where he could get proper treatment, but there wasn't time for me to regenerate my human body. I would have to go as the monster.
So,
Why?
is this kid pranking the monster right now?
Maybe.
Is this Jake Paul? Is Roger really Jake Paul?
I mean, why would our
or Logan
protag...
Paul, I guess. I don't know.
Why would our protag bother? It's like, you're some random person I met. I already don't give two shits about humanity. I'm pranking him constantly. Why would he suddenly grow a conscience?
I figured it out. It's Roger Paul. He's the next
Mm.
brother that's gonna come up with a YouTube channel. Pranking a monster. All right.
Yeah. To make matters much worse, I had become quite infamous in my former community. Someone spotted me carrying a small boy through the streets and alerted the authorities. When I arrived at the hospital, police and military personnel had the area surrounded. I did not know how my new body would hold up to the bullets, but I was not eager to find out. I tried to speak, but could only gurgle in my natural form. But when the man in charge gave the order to fire, I ducked into the hospital for cover.
Dude, Cancer Man in the
Yeah,
chat, is
yeah,
that what we're laughing at? Okay.
yeah. We're laughing about those Paul boys need to be more like their older brother Ron.
Google Logan Paul.
Oh boy.
Fortunately for me, am I at the correct spot? Yeah.
Yep.
Fortunately for me, none of the men present were brave enough to come in after me.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, come at me, bro. What do you got? And so fired off randomly into the lobby while I hid from sight. After after a few minutes of this, the gunfire stopped. As I sat there, motionless with Roger in my arms, sorry, I almost mispronounced that, I noticed that all the shooting had hit something flammable, starting a fire that was spreading rapidly. The men outside must have seen it, as there was a great deal of shouting. Knowing that the smoke would surely kill Roger, I decided to brave the wrath of my enemies. What the fuck is this story right now?
I don't know, but I'm still having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am strapped in.
I don't
It
understand
is-
it.
Up.
It's
Yeah.
batshit crazy, and it's just doing whatever it wants. And there's some charm to this reckless abandon.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
I boldly strode outside, my human body again starting to form across my alien hide. I walked up to the man in charge, like, "What up? I got a big cock,"
What up?
What
I
up?
got
I
a
got
dead
no
kid.
skin.
and gently handed Roger to him. He was noticeably stunned and offered no audible protest. Just as quickly, I re entered the hospital. The fire was spreading very quickly now, and I could not be extinguished by any device present. I imagined the fire department was on its way, but by the time they arrived, it would surely be too late for the other patients. There was only one thing I could do: fuck their burning corpses.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I breathed in deeply and then proceeded to give the longest detonation I have ever done. It was like a giant fart. Blood, mucus, and other bodily fluids rained over a large area.
Boofed.
Just boofed all over the Tri-County area.
The monster that boofed New York. But yeah.
Bits of my alien body also flew off in a great rain of carnage. The axe left me tired and drained, but it worked. The flame was extinguished before I could grow any larger. The lobby of the hospital now covered in wet gore.
Abysme, you're a lawyer. Would bodily fluids put out a fire?
That,
Like bile and pus and...
that's a biologist question.
Please. I'm tired of you giving these non-committal answers. Typical lawyer. Alright.
Wait, to Melissa, I think this is the story is actually the origin of the Left 4 Dead boomer.
Yes.
Grabbing pills.
They need to rename the boomer the boofer.
The boofer, yes! Somebody out there, draw the boofer. I don't know what the fuck that entails, but go ahead.
Yeah,
I
just
think-
draw whatever this thing is from this story. I want to see fan artwork.
The boofer works like the boomer, but instead of throwing up, it farts, and it gets skinnier as it farts. That's how big the fart is.
And then he feels fine and he just walks away. Tired as I was, I knew it wasn't a good idea for me to hang around. I quickly ran out the back and into a nearby alley. The police and military had their hands full with rescuing the hospital residents, so I had enough time to escape. I drove under an overpass until my 5 stars went away.
Mm-hmm. The next day, I read the newspaper. The headline read, Mr. Messybits saved small boy from hospital with a fountain of gore.
Saves him from hospital. Anti-vaxxer Mr. Messybits saves small boy from hospital.
This is what vaccinations did to me.
Oh,
Too many vax.
What has science wrought?
Mr. Messybits, I'm here to tell you that correlation is not causation.
Look at my face.
Mr. Messybits saves a small boy from hospital with a fountain of Al Gore.
Uh,
I invented the internet.
and I chimed in with, haven't you people ever heard of voting for Al fucking Gore?
To my amazement, the story gave a favorable review of my actions the night before. The writer said that the local monster had been terrorizing their community, had acted selflessly to save those threatened by the fire, and that it seemed that the creature did not mean to cause harm.
Okay, can I say that my headcanon here is that this is J. Jonah Jameson? And he's like, you know, that Mr. Messybits, that's a good guy. Now, Spider-Man, he's a menace. Peter Parker is like, really? Fucking really? Oh, man. Mr. fucking Messybit. Okay, fine. Fine, Jonah, sure.
I would never have believed that I could receive such praise, but it made me rethink who I was and what my purpose, my life purpose would, my purpose, what purpose my life would have. Jesus. Devoted to Jesus.
Jesus.
This is an alternate origin for Jesus? Is that what we're getting here?
And on the eighth wow, fuck it.
Whoa!
On the eighth
Hey.
day, he rested.
Hey, Freud.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, never mind. There goes that joke. Never mind.
No, I think here comes that joke. I think that was perfect.
Mr. Messybits,
To my relief, Roger made a full recovery from his unknown ailment that happened right at that time. Okay.
To my relief, Roger got better from being almost detonated.
Yeah. For my relief,
I boofed really hard. Felt better instantly.
to my relief, Roger recovered from whatever made him collapse, from being fired at by police, from the fire in the hospital, from the explosion. Roger survived. He was a quadriplegic, but he survived. He met up with me again as soon as he was well enough, and the two of us set out together as partners in crime.
And that's why it was the best Halloween ever.
Also, FYI, this took place on Halloween.
There you go. There's the connection.
Oh, this story is so fucking ridiculous that it's fun.
I love it. I love it.
It's
I
so
think
stupid that it's good.
the first comment kind of sums that up. Clever, well written, and a lot of fun to read. So much fun. That was it.
I loved it. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
man.
It's like, some ridiculous sci-fi adaptation of The Blob or something, or The Atomic Man.
I
Reminds
love...
me of a Resident Evil boss when they get like injected with a bunch of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Credited to Scrutigera Colo O Tratra.
Yeah.
Scudagera Colipratra. Coleopratra.
Is that like some legal precedent?
Yes, that's it's the prevalent legal theory of if you constantly explode, you can't be held liable for your actions.
Oh, man. By the way, I think Gavin Oswald sums up this ending perfectly, where he says, and that's why it was the best Halloween ever, and then I found $5. So there, the end. It just is like, and by the way, it was Halloween. Bye. Like, okay.
See you
All
next
right.
year, folks.
What,
Oh.
how was it Halloween? There was no... Okay.
Shut up. That's why.
It seems to have happened across multiple days, the story, so I don't know.
Oh boy.
Uh,
I liked it. That was fun. That was fun.
Well, so I don't know how long we plan to stream, but it is 10:53. I wanted to give that heads up in case you guys were thinking.
I have to go finish the Halloween costume, so I'm
Why
gonna go
would
do
you eat
that.
a Halloween costume? That's ridiculous.
Because it's delicious.
I hope it's at least food related.
It's not.
Oh, it's not slutty banana or
So a banana,
yeah.
a giant fucking phallic image.
This year I'm going as slutty hummus. Slutty
Gar-
hummus, by the way, was a girl I dated in high school. But yeah.
Garbanzo my beans.
How did you know her catchphrase? uh, no, we're not going to read the Bible on stream. It would take too long. We'd have to do multiple parts.
Be too boring. Well, parts of it are entertaining, but it takes too long to get to them.
So DP,
Yep.
what do you think? What do you think? Should we reel it in? Abysme's got to go eat a Halloween costume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm good too.
All right.
That was a fun stream.
Yeah.
That story.
We
That was a good note to end on. That was a high note.
Yeah, we hope to do this monthly. We'll see, time permitting, of course, for our other projects and life and shit. But thank you, everybody who showed up. Really, really good turnout.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you to everybody who decided to listen to a bunch of random nonsense and bullshit.
And smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button in the face. I see that we did get to #1 trending on YouTube, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Apparently, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Everybody's gone from YouTube, so yeah. Like the last holdouts. But yeah.
Oh, if only.
Let me see who's streaming on YouTube right now. Okay, there's us and there's 24/7 creepypasta narrations. That's it. Okay.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
All right. Well, I don't know. How should I end the stream? Because I mean, it seems kind of abrupt to just end it on a joke. And
Everybody,
say, boom.
if you like,
Your healthcare.
For the random people to this stream who don't know who the fuck we are or are listening afterwards, if you like what you hear, this is not too different from our regular episodes. And keep your ears. You subscribe if you want to hear more and stay updated and ring that bell, headbutt that bell, so it rings forever in your ears. And yeah. Paprika says, "Get naked."
No. I mean, you guys can, but I'm not. I'm never naked. I'm a never nude, so yeah.
Never do. You're born with clothes.
Yep. All right. So nothing else to say. That's it. Stop the stream.
That's all I got.
My finger's hovering over the button.
Oh god.
November 4th, which is.
I just like the idea that you're extending the stream by just going.
November 4th, which is a Sunday. This Sunday, I have a new video coming out called Soot.
Ooh.
Yep.
What is it about, Soot?
It's about Soot.
Mm.
And it's a 18-minute creepypasta narration that I wrote.
All right.
And we just released the first ever FearFic narration, so you can go check that out.
And DP is Sootkin. We should.
Sootkin.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not Sootkin. You're thinking of the term. Oh my god! Smootkin. Is that what you're thinking of?
Snoopkin.
Snoop.
Yeah, where you identify as Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Which one?
But yeah. So and also I guess I should say, Kickstarter, Creepypasta Field Guide. If anybody is okay. Go to Kickstarter, search the word creepypasta. You'll find the Creepypasta Field Guide. Yeah. That's something I'm doing with Nikita Kaur. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's the end of the stream.
Bye.
All right. Bye everybody.